Alright, what's up my people? It's been a while. Today is Wednesday, 8th October. It's been a while, but yeah, market opens in 1 minute. So let's quickly get all the analysis done. Today we have news at 7 PM. Doesn't really matter because I am not trading at that time. So let's get into it. And there's also one thing I want to tell you before I do start trading. So, 1 second. Let's do analysis first and then I'll get to not market open just now. Okay, weekly. We are bullish on the weekly. Still staying strong on with the bullish. I mean, we have this weekly fair value gap over here that we could see a retracement back into, but we are still bullish on the weekly. Daily, we are bullish. We are respecting this daily fair value gap currently, but at the same time, I do want to see a sweep of all of these lows and then we move up higher. So let's go on to the 4 hour. Ooh, that's beautiful. We are inside this 4 hour bearish gap right now. It's a 4 hour bearish gap. We could come and then take all of these lows and then still respect this fair value gap whilst taking out these lows. 1 second, we'll mark our previous day low because that could be a nice target. Previous day low. So guys, previous day low. Okay, let's jump on the 1 hour and see. So this would have been a draw, an hourly draw on liquidity, hourly high. That's an hourly high. And we got this bearish 4 hour that we're in right now. So you could see a sweep of these highs and then move lower. That's what I do want to see. I'll mark this bearish gap that's all the way up here, but I wouldn't want to see price go all the way up to there. Hourly low. Wrong thing. I'll change that in a second. Hourly low. Hourly low. And then we got this hourly low as well down here. Got these hourly highs up here, but ideally I want to see these get taken. We also have this hourly low all the way down here, but I wouldn't want to see. I mean, price could come here, but ideally I would only hold it till previous day low. Okay, 5 minutes. Let's mark out sessions. 1 second. Let's get that there, that there. This was London high. Mark out London high. We got London low right here. London low. Got Asia low right here. This is just looking better and better. Asia high already got taken. We got equal lows over here. And then we have these hourly low and previous day low. So ideally I want this sweep and then we look for a trade down to London low, Asia low, and potentially previous day low. Okay, that's it done for NQ. Let's quickly do ES now. 230. The reason I'm not really in a rush to get all of this analysis quickly done is because I'm not really taking a trade until a couple minutes into market open, so I can really take my time with this. So we got London low, Asia low, London high. Okay, weekly. In terms of weekly, still bullish, the same as the other one. We do have this gap over here that we could see retracing back into. And then daily, let's mark out previous day low. Let's see if we can get potential hit on there. Okay, same with this, we got this 4-hour gap that we're in, currently respecting it. Holy high got taken, which I think is Asia high. Holy high. Hourly low. Oh no, this is on the 4-hour. So did that. So did that. Jump on the 1 hour. I'll be able to do on the 1 hour. Okay. So that was the hourly high that got taken. Hourly low. There's another hourly low over here. And then finally we have this other hourly low over here. This previous day low as well as equal lows. Equal lows. Okay, that's a nice sweep of London high. We get a retracement out there. Jump on the 5 minute. Marked out everything that I needed to be marked out. Get rid of this and this. Come here. Hourly, just respecting it. Hopefully, get some sort of S&T. And use that to trade. Okay, now that everything's marked out, I want to show you guys okay, this might just come push lower instantly and take out all the lows, creating an S&T. So what I wanted to show you was this. I finally got my first win, and unfortunately I wasn't recording that day. I mean, I was, but the recording just didn't save. So it was on Friday. I took basically 2 trades, but there was 4 entries, so it says 4 trades. One on NQ and one on ES. NQ hit break even, ES hit full take profit. And I'll walk you through the trade itself. And I haven't traded Monday, Tuesday, because I saw price action wasn't really good. And then today, price action looked good for shorts. I mean, I looked beforehand before coming, and it looked alright for shorts. So let me walk you through this Friday trade, where over here, first win after how many losses on, and ES made the win, NQ break even. So this right here was the trade. Market opened, we went up, swept London highs, and then came back to rebalance this fair value gap on the 5 minute. And then we had an SMT during pre-market, and then with market open again, where NQ came down and took this low, whilst ES stayed within here, displacing to the upside, and then eventually inversing this gap, giving me a good entry where I entered here. And then I went break even here and held it for a bit longer because of how much volume and how volatile, not volatile, but how much it was moving up to the upside quickly. So I was like, I might as well hold for a bit more. And then eventually I closed over here, and price did end up going up a bit higher and then dumping. So ideally good trade. This was for a 1 to 2.5. So I held it for like a 1.2.5. It was a B trade because I didn't really scale down to the 1 minute. And then it was eval, bullish, confluence, clean candle structure, liquidity, fair value gap, inverse fair value gap, and S&T. I won 1,412 and this was on October 3rd. And then when it comes to NQ, it was eval, bias was bullish, confluence we had a clean candle structure, liquidity sweep, multi-time frame breaking, fair value gap, inverse fair value gap, and S&T also the same date. Outcome was break even. I made $30 off it. Risk to reward was a 1 to 3.36, and sell grade was an A. So this was on the 5 minute again. What we had was S&T, sweep over hardly drawn liquidity. We had two S&Ts, and then we had all-time highs and London highs above, and I was just targeting this drawn liquidity up here, which I felt, because of how much ES pushed to the upside, sweeping all-time highs, I thought I were obviously going to come take this high up, but no, I entered, we pushed up, made that, and then we just came back down, almost stopping me out. So I was like, this is my break-even point, because I didn't really have one for a break-even point. So I made this my break-even point. We ended up pushing back up, pushed up, hit the break-even point, pushed up a bit higher, and then we just down back to break-even, and then price moved back up. It still hasn't taken this high. I think it has now, but at the time it just pushed up, swept this high, and then dumped. So break even on that, managed the position well, making $30, and yeah, that leaves me on a $1,439.50 win for now. So yeah, so I'm just gonna sit here and see what price wants to do. I don't think this is a bullish looking. We came, swept London high, could be coming for this over here, but it's not really something I want to see. I mean, this is enough. Swept all of these, come, let's take out these lows, at least to previous day low. So let's see. Okay. So the one account I'm trading, and I'm up 1,439. And yeah, let's see where that goes. I'm gonna mark out only the hourly fair value gap here on both. See if we can invest on this gap over here and create an SMT where pre-market was 225. I mean, that's already an SMT. 225 to now, that's an SMT. So if we can't inverse this, I can probably look for my entry within this inverse. We have in 1 minute. What time was this? This was 2:33. 2:33. High never taken. That's an SMT right there. I mean, I could look for some sort of entry. We have SMT with 227. Am I right? 227. Yes. To 233, 227 to 233. We could even say 240. 227 to 240. That's an SMT. And then this is the leading pair. I mean, I could enter off this 1 minute. confluence. Okay, respected that. Good on top of this inverse, the value gap, EQ, tapped into EQ. If you see a strong close out there, I could enter with one contract, targeting London low, Asia low, hourly low, previous day low. Started taking that. Go with that for now. I'll leave it. Two contracts. See how this goes. See if price closes down here on the 79% extension. If we get that, then could be seeing a nice trade to the downside, because ideally I want to see what's price to push up, and then now it's going to push lower. If we get close over here, then I'll take the trade. If not, then call it a day. 1 second. 240, 246, 46, 40. Let's see if this high gets taken over here. Okay, that high got taken. Could be seeing another SM2. And this high is going to get taken. So it's got to be patient. Yeah, the high is going to get taken. Back on the 5 minute. It's going to be pushing to up there. Can't say this is an SMT, but it's already finished its move when it took London high. Put that there. Yeah, this is the fair value gap that I don't want to see price target if it doesn't want to move lower. Or it could create a massive SMT where ES doesn't take this higher whilst NQ comes and takes out time highs. I'm not going to force anything. If we get something, we get something. If not, then we don't. I'm not really trying to give back my profit so far and make my journey longer than it needs to be. But yeah, this is definitely going to get hit. This gap over here, this hourly gap. I mean, I can say it's definitely going to get hit, but you never know. Price can just from there, so I'm not really going to start. We came and swept over this, but we're never going to sweep this hourly low. Hourly low, and we swept these two, but not really hourly lows, they're just previous hourly candles. Straight sharp. My bias is bearish. I want to stick to it. Why? Because we are inside a bearish cap on high time frame, and it's just stacked up lows below. And usually when we get one tap in, price normally gives a little reaction, then comes, takes out the initial tap in, and then it could continue higher or just continue lower. It's not really for me to decide, because I'm only going to be holding until previous day low if I do get entry. So just gonna have to sit here and wait. That's equal highs. Yep. So this is most likely going to continue to the upside. Maybe tap into here and then it'll move lower. Or it could just be generating liquidity, because once it comes and sweeps these out, it could push up higher. This is definitely going to get taken. Leave it there for now. If it reaches 4:15, 4 o'clock, and there's no trade idea, or I'm not in a trade, then I'm going to call it a day. That's the longest I'm going to wait before considering my day is over. Okay, I'm going to AQ. Price just keeps ripping to the upside, I might just call it a day. Because what are we doing here, seriously? Hourly candle closes in 6 minutes. 4-hour candle also 6 minutes. So we'll see from there. Could close within this gap, and then the next candle could go up, create a wick up here, and then move lower, or it just keeps ripping to the upside. And if both of them rip to the upside, then I'm going to call that a day. Ideally, I want ES to come into here, whilst NQ essentially takes all-time highs. But then shorting from all the way up. Shorting from all the way up here, all the way down to these lows is a bit crazy. I mean, we've done it before, it came all the way up, but this was how many hours? Three days. and I want to see the same thing happen just in this session. So we're just going to see how this hourly candle closes. It's not closing in my favor. And then I'm going to wrap it up and call it a day. And this is an S&T and it's pushing, but it's not really a clean one. Let's mark out this inverse. So in the 1 minute, we came into this 1 minute gap over here. This bullish gap looks like it's holding. Could have entered off this strong close out. Oh, we got stopped out straight away. Maybe that strong close, we got stopped out straight away. Close above here maybe. But then I'm just flipping my bias. Well, the call flying key is really pushed up. That S&T. Ideally, I just want to see this gap get invest. On the 5 minute, this would be the S&T with 115 lows. 115 lows, 115 to what time? It was 2:40. S&T. 1 minute. So we're inversing it here. Do we got S&T with 244? No. Yes, one contract. On the 5 minute, what the hell am I targeting? All the way up here, this gap up here. I'm not gonna break my bias because let's see if this gap gets respected. If we come back down and respect this bullish gap. Oh, I'm gonna go break even at equal highs. And then it is alright trade. Long to that hourly gap. Okay, that's normal truth. Let's see if this holds. Tap in with a strong close. Just continue up into the upside. 1 second. Let's see. Still haven't got a close above there. And we'll see. Okay, we tapped into that gap. Let's see if we can get a strong close out. Got 2 contracts on the yes. Depends on where we get the close on this. Oh, shot up. I think Q1 is in there right now. I really liking this wrist toward the way it's looking. It's a 1-to-1, yeah. I might as well stick to my bias. And it's definitely going to get 79% extension closure. Oh. I mean, that trade is valid. So 1 to 1.5. It's going to be a quick trade. If I did take, obviously. Could even hold it for like a 1 to 2. Look at that. Straight into profit. Very valid trade, but it wasn't my bias. It wasn't what I was looking for. Because really, what am I targeting? All-time highs. Yeah, but not really for me. Look at that, take profit is going to get hit very soon. Very quickly as well. Maybe even a 1 to 3. This was a valid trade, yes, but not the bias I was looking for. Is that because that 4-hour candle just opened? Yeah. That 4-hour candle opened and shot straight up. That is crazy. Get rid of all of this. Leave that. See if it hits or anything. 1 to 3 most likely will hit. Price shooting for the moon. The way I'm looking at it, I think I might have missed out on my entry. But guess what? Maybe that 1 to 2 hit. 1 to 2 still hasn't hit. It's going to hit right now though, yeah. 1 to 2 hit. Let's see if the 1 to 3 would have hit. Maybe even hold on to all the way to all-time highs. From 1 to 7. Ideally, 1 to 3 would have been good enough for me. But was my bias, so I'm not really going to take the trade. Let me put back everything real quick. This was a good trade out here. Stopped right there because this candle closure was just too strong. So ideally I wouldn't want to see price come back down to this low. We got a nice 79% extension closeout. We came into EQ within this bullish fair value gap, strong closeout. And yeah, from there the rest is history. I feel like I might just call that a day. Price might just keep pushing to the upside. And I proved my bias was wrong, I think. I haven't taken anything yet today. Yes, it's pushing. I mean, NQ already pushed. 5 minute. I feel like this is going to continue pushing top to all-time highs. Oh my days, I missed out on such a good trade. I need to stop being so hesitant. This could have been a good day. I had so much confluences. I had SMT, a 5 minute inverse fair value gap, EQ, 79% extension closure. We had another fair value gap in the lower time frame on the 1 minute. We had a fair value gap, 2 fair value gaps, and then a 79% extension closure with a strong candle close out over there. I should have taken it. Only because I was hesitant. And because I was hesitant, I missed out on such a good trade. And I feel like that's gonna hit. Full take profit 1 to 3. Maybe even more, but that 1 to 3 is guaranteed going to hit. We're coming back down to rebalance this 1 minute gap. Minute gap. If this goes and takes that high, not this high, but hits full take profit, then I'm done for the day. I missed out my opportunity, all because I was hesitant. And because I was hesitant, I mean, I don't really have an entry right now, so I'm just going to stay here, wait for it to take that high, and then when it takes the high, show that my trade idea would have been correct if I pulled the trigger and wasn't really scared to pull the trigger and hesitant. I would have been in profit right now. Probably wouldn't have liked how it looks. I would have closed there for like a 1 to 2.21, knowing this would have hit. And percent of the trade, I would have been break even. So the second it hit here, I would have been at break even. I would have been at break even in seconds. I missed out on my trade, and it's a shame, big shame. Look how long this trade would have taken from here up until here. That's 7 minutes. Let's say 10 minutes for it to hit full take profit. I'm not even doing 7 minutes with this candle. Maybe 7-8 minutes. All because I was hesitant. This is definitely going to hit all my days with this candle. 8 minutes, I would have been full take profit. 8 minutes, full take profit. Confluences upon confluences upon confluences. All because I was married to my bias. I wanted to would have hit in 1 to 3 minutes. And then 8 minutes for that 1 to 3. Or 7 minutes and a half. It's not good. I mean, I'm not really willing to risk my capital just because the US government is shut down, so anything could have happened. But at the same time, Monday, Tuesday, the price action for me wasn't the best to get good trades, but there was good trades to have taken, if that makes sense. If it was trades I would have taken, no, but there was good trades. And then today I missed out on great trade, all because I was hesitant, and that needs to stop. So I'm going to get my trade recap and trade journal done, and then I'll get back to you guys in 2 seconds. I would have been done by 3:10. I mean, technically I am done. I could even have held to all-time highs for 1 to 7. And then, I mean, this is a good high to target. We had these highs here. Let me mark all of these. We had this high. We had this high. This high, and all-time highs. So these are all good take profits. Take profit 1, 2, 3, 4, and then final take profit up here. This is very doable until all the way to that high. Oh my days, I messed up. I messed so big time. Why was I hesitant, man? Why was I hesitant? I'm most likely going to come and invest this 1 hour gap, just like we have over here. Oh, no. I have a good feeling this is going to hit for the full 1 to 7, which is a shame, but it happens. I'm going to get my trade recap and trade journal done and get back to you guys 1 second. Alright, I did enter on ES for 600. This was the trade idea right here. We came, created this 5-minute gap. We tapped into this 5-minute gap, and then we left behind this inverse for value gap. And if you look at extension closure, we got that. I entered off that 79% extension closure, and I put my stops right there and targeting all-time highs. My stops is at 325 low. 325, yep, low. And then I'm targeting the all-time highs for 1 to 3. see how this one goes. I was thinking of entering down here when we inverse this gap, but I was waiting for some sort of confirmation before entering. So see how this one goes. I'm only risking 600. I'm not really trying to risk more than that. And this is a 1, 2, 3. Is this a 1, 2, 3 over here? Yeah, it's basically the same thing, a 1 to 3. So let's see how this goes. I should go break even at this high, but let's see, 5 minute. I'll go break even at this high, this first TP over here, break even. Once we hit this high and break even, and get rid of this, put this there as break even, and we're pushing up nicely as well. Let's see how this goes. My final take profit is all the way at all-time highs. In terms of NQ is close to all-time highs. We are within this 5 minute gap over here. Right here, respecting it. And it's like we're going to be pushing out of the towards all-time highs. Shame, because I could have entered all the way down here and be nicely into profit, but it's okay. Just gotta wait and see. We barely tapped into here, but we still tapped into it, so it was still a good trade to take. Break-even point is at 1 to 1.5, so it's a nice break-even point. There we go. Let's keep pushing. I want to see when NQ takes all-time highs. So we'll keep it like this. And then this 5 minutes. This 1 minute. Why is it different for some reason? This is different for some reason. Maybe like that. Alright. We'll just sit here and see when this takes all-time highs. If this takes all-time highs and creates an SMT, then I'll just close ES wherever it is. Well, I'll do break even very soon. Just gotta be patient with it. There was part of me where I wasn't gonna take this trade because I saw this big move already, but it was basically this exactly again over here. So I was like, why wouldn't I take it? I missed out the first time. I'm not gonna miss out on it again. So I entered with 3 contracts, risking $637. The only valid drawn liquidity is the one all the way up there. It's the high time frame draw, so if it's not that, then, and we've come so far up where the only thing that I should take is this all-time highs. Did we create another SMT? 320 was the low. 320 was the low. No SMT, so it's not the best, but it is what it is. Let's this the high that I wanted to take? Oh, no. Oh yeah, break even is at that high. That's break even, and then that's all-time highs. Never did that. Initially, this would have been my break-even point, this high, if I entered down here. Because then my break-even point would have been all the way down here. Well, because I entered further up, this first high up here would be my break-even point. Let's see. Coming back down further into a bit of drawdown. But I do still believe it's going to go higher. We got this 2-minute gap over here. I come into. See a move out of there now. Nice. Maybe create a 2-minute inverse over here. I don't know. 3-minute gaps all the way down here, but I don't want it to come there. This 2-minute gap should hold. I'll sit on the 2-minute for a little bit. There we go. Coming back volatility. It's moving a bit slow. It's a shame, man. Missed out on 1 to 7 over here. Well, we're gonna catch this 1 to 3, so I'm all good. I just want to go break even. That's what I want to do. Gonna move a bit up, so I just make 2k on the day. Exactly 2k rather than 1,990 or whatever. That's it. Keep pushing up. I might even put my break-even point to this high. Depends if how strong we close with the next candle. If we close strongly out of here, breaking past this high, then I'm going to move my stops to break even. And I'll be off risk-free. Exactly 50% of the trade, so that's a good break-even point. Let's see what happens here. thing is, I'm risking an amount that I'm okay losing. If I lose that amount, then I'm perfectly fine. I mean, I should be risking around 500 per trade. Max 1,000 on a day. I'll say 500 per trade. We create a SMT out of these highs, but that doesn't really matter when the draw is above. You're still within this hourly gap that's closing in 90 minutes. Would want it to close above here. So, see what price wants to do. It's crazy. When I'm not in the trade, price is just ripping towards the all-time highs, and when I enter, we start moving sideways. Come on, seriously. We do have this 15-minute gap resting below, which I'm not really a fan of. Wait a minute. This 15-minute gap is going to cause a problem, maybe. Let's see how this is on the 15-minute. 15-minute gap's all the way down here. 5-minute. I feel like I'm going to get stopped out here. I don't know why. I got that feel like I'm going to create a family gap that I'm kind of respecting. See if we inverse this family gap. Closes another 2 minutes. That's the first nice reaction out of there. It's not looking too good, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna get stopped out. I'm still 133 on the candle. It's this 15-minute gap over here that's causing problems. Well, I'm not really sold on the idea. 1 minute. I would have been break even. I think I should put my stops over here so that if price does end up hitting it, I'm break even. Come on. Look at that nice close. Respect it, you've got 40 seconds left. 20 seconds, let's see if we can inverse this gap. Close that massive wick, doesn't look too good. I mean, we did low-key respect it, but I would want to see a nice close out there for now with this candle. Otherwise I might be cooked. That 2-minute gap, did it hold? I mean, that 2-minute gap is still holding. Could be getting a stop hit. Equal pulls there. What's NQ doing? If the candle closes like this, I'm gonna close the trade out manually. And I hit that break-even point on my initial entry. Could be coming back to rebalance this inverse. You know what? I'm gonna hold. Either I lose a 600 or I make money. So I mean, I was up 1,400, so I'm just eating into that, not really going into drawdown essentially. So let us see. With this 15-minute gap resting below, looking the best. Just gotta sit here patiently. Oh, that's a strong candle. Could be just coming up to take those highs out. Those equal highs that we left. Come on, close above those highs. Close above those highs. Come on, come on. Yes, yes, yes. That's a broken structure. Ooh, I mean, that was close. Let's push up higher now. Broke structure on the 1-minute time frame. And we're back straight back down. And yeah, straight back down into drawdown. Being serious. That's it, when I enter the trade, we start moving sideways. I think I should just take my loss right now and call it a day. I'm gonna take my loss right now and call it a day. 450. When I go back up a bit and I'll take my loss.
Order filled.
So I took my loss of $608. It was a good trade idea. Missed out on this initial one. And then my stuff should have been all the way down here. See if my stops would have been all the way down here if it would have respected and continued back up. See. Get inverse on this 1 minute candle. You know what? I'm done. Took my loss. It's a shame. Why? Because I could have got such a good long today off of this. I'm gonna go do my trade recap and trade journal, and I will get back to you guys. Alright, I'm done with my trade recap and trade journal. Time is 4:36 and it's still Wednesday, 8th October. Let's get into this. Okay, I was trading ES. Account was eval. Bias was bullish. I mean, I did come with a bearish bias and then I changed bullish. Confluences, we had clean candle structure, liquidity sweep, multi-time frame backing, equilibrium, breaker structure, 79% extension, fair value gap, inverse fair value gap, and an SMT. So a whole lot of confluences. Date was 8th October. Outcome was a loss. P&L was minus $608.40. Risk reward is a 1 to 3, and the sell upgrade overall was an A+. Okay, let's get into the trade I should have taken. This, we'll start over here. This was the trade I should have taken right here. To all-time highs, this was for 1 to 7. We came and swept these 30-minute lows, creating an SMT where NQ already pushed, start breaking structure to the upside, and this came down to sweep out these lows, and then inverse this gap, which you'll see better over here. We came, this is a zoomed in version of it. We came, swept out these 30-minute lows or 5-minute lows, whichever. We left behind this 5-minute inverse, so I scaled down to the 1 minute, marked out the range. So that's the low, that's the high, EQ. Price came into equilibrium within this 1 minute gap and then closed out of there we did have this 1 minute bearish fair value gap, which we're respecting at the time. So I wanted to see a candle close out of there, above there, to give me the entry. But at that point, we left behind this bullish fair value gap after inversing this. So we came inversed it with this candle, and I saw this 1 minute fair value gap. So I wanted to see price tap into here with a strong close out there, whilst respecting 79% extension close. So I wanted price to close above here. If it closed above this white line, that should have been my entry. But for some reason, I was so hesitant that price gave me my entry. Even moved down a bit, like a bit into entry area, barely any drawdown. And I should have entered up here, and then I held it all the way to all-time highs, where you can see here all-time highs. Which price is going to hit? At this point, I was like, I don't know what I was doing. And then the trade I took is this one right here, and again I made a huge mistake. Similar confluences as you saw over here, we left behind this massive 5 minute gap over here, so I waited for price to tap back into there, and which we did. Price tapped into here, and then nice close out there. I marked out 79% extension of the range. Initially I should have entered off here, but again I was hesitant. We inversed this 1 minute gap. I should have entered off here, stops down here, but guess what, that didn't happen. I was hesitant, and then decided let's just wait for 79% extension closure. That's what we got. I entered off it, and this is where I made my key mistake. The reason I normally have tight stops is because we have, say, a strong close out of there. So maybe this, I could have put my stops down here. But because I'm entering off a 79% extension closure where it's not really a strong close out of there, I should have put my stops at a swing low of down here, and then still targeted my all-time highs. Had break even at these highs, which you can't really see, but it was 5 minute highs, I think, and it was 50% of the range, so it was a 1.5R, so it was a nice place to put my break even point. Regardless, I should have had my stops all the way down here, because price came down and wicked me out. And if you see where price is right now, 1 second, let me show you. Look where price is. I got stopped out over here. My stops should have been down here, and we're going to hit that take profit. So not only did I miss one trade for 1 to 7, I missed another one for, I was in for 1 to 3, but it should have been a 1 to 2. And it's a huge shame. This is going to hit full take profit. The way it wicked me out over here, wicked me out just to rally back up to the upside. And it's definitely going to hit all-time highs, as well as NQ is going to hit all-time highs. So that's the trade I took, and ended up losing. Psychology during the trade and trade recap. I want to give it a higher because of the sell upgrade, but this was just psychology, plainly psychology, so I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Today's trade was a tough psychological test. Pre-market, my bias was bearish right away, since we were inside a 4-hour bearish fair value gap with a clear downside drawn liquidity, London, Asia, hourly, and the previous day lows. Everything lined up for shorts, so I locked into the idea early. When New York opened, NQ started pushing a higher breaking structure to the upside while taking London highs. ES also swept London highs, but instead of breaking structure, it wicked above and dropped, taking out 30-minute lows beneath. That created a bullish S&T since NQ didn't take those same lows. Even though that was an early sign to shift bias, I was still married to the bearish narrative and ignored it. Once ES inverted a 5-minute fair value gap, let me show you which gap I was talking. This gap right here. So we came, wicked out London highs, shot down to the lows, taking out 30-minute lows, and then pushed up higher, inverting this gap right here. So once ES inversed a 5-minute FEG that I just showed you, that formed on the leg down, sweeping those 30-minute lows, I finally decided to flip my bias and look for longs from that 5-minute inverse fair value gap. I dropped to the 1 minute and marked out EQ of the range, and all fair value gaps formed within discount. Price tapped into the lowest of them, lowest of the fair value gaps. So this is the lowest fair value gap. There was this one over here as well, but this is the lowest of them all. Tapped into it, gave reaction. Price tapped into the lowest of them, reacted, and then inverted a bearish fair value gap on the way up, which I explained earlier, creating a bullish fair value gap, and then closing above the 79% fib extension and breaking structure to the upside. All my confluences aligned perfectly, but I hesitated. I didn't take the trade. The next move ripped instantly, offering what could have been a 1 to 7 to all-time high setup. Watching that move without being in it was painful. I felt disappointed and confused about why I didn't hit buy when everything was there. Later, ES gave another 5-minute bullish fair value gap, offering a clear re-entry opportunity. Price retraced into it with similar confluences as the first trade, though there wasn't an equilibrium setup this time. Again, I hesitated, waiting for a 79% extension to hit before entering. My mistake was setting a stop loss too tight. This particular setup didn't qualify for the tight SL rule since there wasn't a strong candle close out of the POI. My SL should have been at the full range low. Price gave a small reaction, closing out. Price gave a small reaction upwards before dipping just enough to hit my stop, but not actually the swing low. After that, it reversed and rallied straight to my break even and towards my intended TP near all-time highs. In total, I missed 2 clean trades and ended up down $600, a $600 loss from what could have been a huge day. Both setups were A+ in structure, confluences and logic, but hesitation and poor stop loss management cost me. It's frustrating because I had the right read and the right confirmations, yet still couldn't execute confidently. Today's main lesson: hesitation kills. When the confirmations align, I have to trust my process and pull the trigger. The setup either works or it doesn't, but missing it is always worse than losing within plan. Also, not every trade deserves a tight SL. I need to stay consistent with placement rules. Overall, my analysis and patience was solid, but my execution fell short. Tomorrow, I act decisively when my checklist aligns. No hesitation, no second guessing, just execution. And if you look at this right now, it's such a shame. I lost 1 to 7, 1 to 3, 1 to 2. Say 1 to 2. So overall 1 to 9. Basically 1 to 10 if you're counting the little decimals. So around a 1 to 10 I missed on the day today. Messed up. All because I hesitated. From now on, I need to have trust in my plan, and without that, then I'm just going to be taking these losses. And when it comes to these kind of entries on the second trade, this was a strong candle close out there, so this had all the right to have a tight stop loss down here. But over here, what kind of stop loss placement is this? Are we being serious? I had no reason to be at this low. It should have been all the way down here. And yeah, all because I had a tight stop loss. And hesitated over here and didn't take the trade, I lost $608, leaving my current balance at $831.10. Shame, yes, had everything correct. Bias, not bias, but I flipped my bias, got the entry correct both times, but still didn't profit on it. It's a shame. This is definitely going to hit all-time highs. Regardless, today shouldn't have been a losing day, because break-even would have been at the first take profit, which was somewhere around here for like 1 to 2, so around here for 1 to 2. So I would have been breaking on this trade. It hasn't even reversed anywhere close to this entry. And then over here, break-even point should have been up here, and my stop loss should have been here. So shouldn't have lost. Even if price reverses now, I should have been at break-even. It happens. No, it doesn't happen actually. I need to stop making excuses for it. I took a dumb trade and lost. I had an A+ set up there, sitting there. It was just telling me to take it, and I didn't take it. If anyone wants to blame, it's me. And that is me done for today. Do we have news tomorrow? We have news on 1:30. Powell speaking. And then we have unemployment claims, but government's shut down, so I doubt it's going to be coming out. So I just need to see what happens on 1:30. Other than that, I'm done for today. It's a shame. This is going to hit all-time highs. NQ is going to hit all-time highs. And I'm not going to profit on any of it. That's me done for today. Catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. And peace out.